guys, I thought that today I would do a little filming of how I bind a journal. These are my small, I don't know, they're kind of small boho bricolage journals. They're one of my standards that I do. So the first thing I do is go in and fold all the papers. A few of them get folded beforehand because, like on this one, I fold them so that I know where I'm painting. Like if it's just open, then I might go over the center and that wouldn't be good. So that is the first step. I just go in and fold everything. It is already getting hot here in Arizona, so I usually have a fan going on my desk, but I have turned it off for the video because I have a fan going because I really don't want to run the air conditioner in freaking April. My daughter's room gets really hot. It's on the west side of the house and in the front, and it's got two large windows and it bakes like an oven. Even though I have I bought thermal curtains to help block out the heat, it just doesn't. So we bought her a portable air conditioner just for her room this year, and she has been running that. But for the house, running the big air conditioner, it gets really expensive for the electricity. And I always figure, like, it's April, we shouldn't really have to already run it. So let's see, 3 years ago, I think it was, we waited until June 1st to use the AC, and that felt pretty reasonable. It was a little hot, but not terrible, and it cooled down at night. Okay, so when I get to a piece that's not the full length, then I don't just fold it in half. I like to make one side longer than the other, so I measure it kind of against the other pages and then decide where it's going to be folded. Anyway, so that was 3 years ago. Yeah, we waited until June, and then it was kind of like, oh, let's see how long we can make it the next year. Well, the next year, like, it was 100 degrees in May, so we had to run the AC in May. This year, I have already seen 100 degrees on the car thermometer in April, but it was just like the high for that day, and so it wasn't like the whole day was like that. And if I keep the house closed up, which I hate doing because I love fresh air, but if I keep the house closed up and it's cooler at night still, then it stays pretty good until late afternoon. And then I can tough it out for a few hours until it cools down again outside, and then I open all the windows. But I do not know how long we're going to make it this year without running the AC. But I'm glad. My daughter spends, she's 16, so she spends a lot of time in her room, so I'm very glad that she can be comfortable in there now. Anyway, I'm just rambling because this is a little bit of a tedious job. So while I'm folding these, I'm kind of like deciding, if they're shorter than a full length page, then I'm deciding where are they gonna sit within the book. I think I want that one down a little bit. Anyway, so I hope that this is all in frame and you can see it well enough. I don't know how, I mean, I know there's a way that you can hook up a monitor so that you can see what your camera sees, but I don't really know how that works. I don't have that technology. So, and then today I just got this new stand for overhead filming, and today when I went to put the camera in it, it like slowly dropped down and I went, oh no. And I mean, it's okay, there's a place to tighten it, but it requires a special tool that they sent, and I already don't know what I did with the tool. Like, why am I like this? I do not know. Okay. I'll find it. It's not a big deal. It's just, don't know where it is right at this very moment. So I did that other short piece down, so I'm gonna do this short piece up. I like the variety. So yeah, if you have been on my Instagram for any amount of time, I'm sure you're familiar with these journals. I like to do them in batches, and they're all the same, only different. I mean, you know, I try to use different unique materials where I can, and so they all turn out just a little different. This is my snippet roll. Obviously 2 pieces of snippet roll are not going to look the same, especially when you're using scraps like I do. And the photos in the back are always different. And, so yeah, it's all good. All right, then I have, this is just a book that I use for my, my glue book and my punching surface. So these are all good and lined up, and make sure that the spine spot is tight, and then I'll put a clip on there, and here's my guide, and I line that up, and then I take my tool and punch all the way through. 3 spots here. It takes me several days to get the pages made, and I'm sure it'll take me more than a day to get all of these bound. It takes me a day just to prepare the putting pictures on, putting the eyelets in, punching the holes, just getting the cover ready, even though it's already painted. It just takes time. Everything takes time. But I love what I do, and I love the results. So I've already put some of this waxed thread in the needle, and just gonna do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch on here. This is the tricky part, lining everything up. Last one. This is always the trickiest one, coming up in the right spot here without splitting the thread. Bear with me, we'll make it, we'll get there. Yep, I swear we will. Sometimes I have to go in and see, okay, who's being the problem child? How far in are we? So we've made it that far. There we go. All right. So at this point, everything's a little loosey-goosey, so I need to tighten it up. Pull the needle off the thread and just make sure everything's tight in there. And I do 3 ties in the center just to make sure it's good and solid. I think that would be devastating if it fell apart. I would hate that. I would feel so bad. So there we go. That is it. This one is bound. Now, you might think that I'm close to done with these, but I'm actually not, because for one thing, I have 18 more of these to do. But so here's a pocket, and here's a pocket, and here's a pocket, and then on the other side of the signature, this is a pocket which I've already put a card in, but and I already filled this pocket. But there's another pocket here, and then a belly band. So all those things get fillers, and a lot of those are handmade, so that's takes a lot of time. And then I do a pretty significant cluster on the spine here of goodies, and that takes me another bit of time to do. I've already filled the little bottles that go on that cluster, but I do 2 strands of beads and some funky yarn and usually a key or something on there. So that just all takes time, but like I said, I love what I do. So thanks for joining me and listening to me ramble about the weather and hanging out with me. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you next time.